Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving break. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you had a good week. I had a good week off. I went down to Florida, saw some family, saw some friends, had some fun, and now I'm back in the swing of things. Let me delete this layer here. We're gonna do some sketching today, and I've been looking around for some like random other brushes. I tend to use the same like 3 brushes all the time, and I just kind of thought maybe today I could use a different brush. But I'm not finding anything spectacular that like really gets me excited about it. So maybe let's use that one, which is kind of this weird painterly brush. Let me see if I can make it smaller and make it work for me. All right, we're gonna go with this erodible pencil. A lot of people ask me about what is this pencil tool I'm using. It's this brush right here. It's called an erodible pencil. It comes standard with Photoshop. You can change how much you want it to erode. Like the tip will actually erode as you draw, so you have to go in and like sharpen it. It's like a digital sharpening. But I just like it to stay the same. So I have the softness set all the way to 0. But that's the one I use, and it's, let me zoom in and show you. It's just kind of a good pencil-y brush. It's what I use on a lot of my sketching, a lot of my underdrawings. And I drew right on this canvas layer. This canvas, by the way, is scanned in and then I cleaned it up. So a lot of these rings and stuff are mostly fabricated, but just wanted something to be a backdrop that's a sketchbook backdrop. And I've used this. It wasn't just for this video. I've used it for presentation pages and stuff, but I'm going to have a sip of tea. I've had a cough for like a week and a half now, so I've been trying to get as much just liquid, and hot liquid tastes really good. It feels really good on my cough, on my throat. So I've been drinking a lot. And I can't do coffee. The coffee really screws me up anymore, so I had to give up coffee, which really bums me out because I like coffee. But all right, we're going to sketch today. What I'm going to do is some shape exercises. I do this in my sketchbook quite a bit when I just need to sketch. I know I need to sketch, and nothing's coming to mind. Like, I want to draw a cool whatever. And if that's not happening, sometimes I'll just draw some shapes and then turn those shapes into things, and that will spark an idea and kind of get me moving. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm doing it digital, but I do the exact same thing. It's the same method that I do in my actual sketchbook. Other than I don't have layers and undo. So I just come in here and make some shapes. Now you can make them as weird, as simple as you want. Sometimes I'll just do 1, sometimes I'll do 2. We're gonna go with, let me do one more and see if it, that one might be a little too, sometimes they're too intricate, and like I use the shape as kind of a general tool. So let's make them a little more vague, a little more simplified. And I also like them to fit together like this in kind of a puzzly fashion. That's just me, because then when I lay out the page, like I like when the page is nice and tidy. It's just, I don't know what I do. All right, that's good. All right, what are we gonna make these? What are we gonna make them? And I drew on my canvas again. Okay, let's try this one more time, because I'm an idiot. Okay. I think I want to draw with like a red. So we're going to just change that to red real quick. All I did was lock the transparency there and fill it with the color I'm going to draw with. Okay. Let's just turn this into something. So right now it's just kind of, sometimes it sparks an idea really quick and you just can run with it. Sometimes it does not. And so, so for this one, it didn't really, it didn't really look like anything right off the bat to me. Some of you may have seen something that you would have turned this into, but this ain't your drawing. So what I start doing, sorry, I'm trying to draw and talk at the same time, which ain't always easy. So what I do is I start with just creating a form. So there's the shape, there's the silhouette, but then I try to turn it into a 3D form. That's what these little center lines are for. Just establishes that it's has dimension to it, and sometimes that just helps me see it a little better. So this seems to be some sort of alien creature. I don't know. I'm imagining that this is like a horn right here. Let's draw some hands. Let's make them. You know what? I don't want them to be that big. Let's. I made them almost the exact same size. Okay, so sometimes when things are just going like that, you just have to move past it and say, and come back to it. So I'll do like a stick hand like that. Get really loose with it. Sometimes you just get too tight too fast, and it really messes things up. Okay, so you know what I want to do is I want to move this guy in here like that, make that more of a straight. And then what I want to do is have this come up. I want to curve it around like that. And we're just going to have, no, even bigger. This is going to look weird, but that's the point of sketching, is just trying new things. This is going to be like one giant octopus tentacle. And we're going to, so you have this line that kind of comes like that, and it's actually going to come, so this one's actually the wrong place. So there's two lines of like little suction cups. Sometimes you have to kind of just make up where these things are, but that's kind of the line I want to take with it. So this one will be coming back around. Over there. Get pretty small back here. And then these ones will actually change the silhouette of it. Yeah, it's just like one giant octopus tentacle, sort of. Let's just give him two up here so it continues around, which will look weird like breasts, but I don't know, maybe that'll be funny. Just clean it up. Normally when I would draw this in a sketchbook, this would be very light. I wouldn't be committing this much to some of these lines. It would be really, really low pressure, and you probably would barely see this. But I think I'm going to change his mouth too, like. Just things like this, you don't want things to be so uniform. If you've watched or seen too many art videos, you'll probably hear artists talking about getting rid of uniformity. Like, you don't want everything to be perfectly evenly spaced. You want repetition in things. And a lot of things, just so people have understanding, especially strange things like these big tentacles here. They're There's several of them. If I just had two, you might not know what that is, but since I have repeating shape, it just helps kind of tell the story. You get an up-close view, you get a far-away view. That's a really, really horrible way of describing that, but that's fine. I still want arms on this guy, but trying to figure out how to do some eyes. You know, we could do like little weird eyes like that. We could do big eyes. We could do one large eye. Maybe I'll do two large eyes just to match those tentacles. And we'll even have them like their tentacles, or they kind of come up off the head a little bit. I'm going to clean this up just a little bit more because with as hard as I'm pushing, I'm not going to go in and like refine this super well. Like, I don't want this video to be an hour long. So I'm not going to get too crazy detailed with this. But I do want to just tighten up this sketch, you know, like this this stage of sketching. I don't want it to be so scribbly that you don't that it's too hard to read. You know, in a sketchbook, when it's really done really light and delicately, then I can go back in and kind of choose where I want my lines and really refine those lines. Or maybe not do a line. I could add color. You know, I have options. When you commit this heavy of a line, you're committed. So I don't want to like get into too much photoshopping where I'm backing off and doing an overlay of a new layer and stuff. I just kind of want to run with it. We're just going to add just a little bit of a highlight there. Bring that up. You know, I kind of just want to get enough to get the story across. So with this erodible tip, if you have a stylus that supports tilt, you can tilt it on edge. Like right now, my pencil is being drawn like that. I'm really laying on the side of the stylus, just like you would a pencil. You can lay down a thick line. It's kind of like a wash, a pencil wash. Okay. Like I said, I'm not gonna really like finish. Some big air quotes around that, but yeah, I'm not gonna take these too far. But I do want to make it look like it's done. You know, it doesn't have to be a finalized painting or anything. But yeah, I want to make it look like it's done. Just add a little like texture to his skin, just something to break up little like dead spaces. These tentacles can be difficult because everybody thinks they know what a tentacle look like, or the little suction cup on a tentacle looks like, and that goes with a lot of things, not just tentacle suction cups, but you know, a lot of times people think they know what something looks like, and they'll draw it, and it really doesn't look like that. For me right now, this isn't like something I'm gonna look up reference for, but if I were gonna take this any further, I'd probably look up reference and really get some nice suction cup like octopus tentacles. You know, I've looked them up before, but you know, it's always nice to have reference to make sure you're drawing it the way it would look. So it definitely comes across as octopus tentacles or squid tentacles, whatever. And you don't have to make it look exactly like that either. I mean, it's what's Bob Ross say? It's your world. You do what you want. You make it what you want. It's your world. So, I mean, if you want it to be some like new mechanic, like a movement mechanic or something, like if this is a new thing, if you don't want it to look like suction cups, you want it to look like something else, it's fine. The problem with that is you kind of have to, like, you can't just put a circle there and expect other people to understand what that is. You have to tell that story. If it's something new, something that people aren't used to seeing, then you have to tell them what it is, not verbally, but in your drawing. You have to explain, you know, oh, these aren't tentacles, these are weaponized venom shooters. So if that's the case, you have to tell that story, because nobody, like, if you looked at this, you're never going to think those are full of venom. But if you're in your mind, your character shoots venom out of those things, you might want to reconsider how you tell that story. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do with that. It's a pretty cool little guy. I'm going to do this one, and then I think I'm going to add a little bit of color to one of them. Excuse me. Okay, so this guy, let's just make a new layer for him. What is this? What is this thing? Maybe it's not even a character. Maybe it's not even a creature. Usually, though, I will say, once I commit to like I made this guy just a strange character, a strange creature, I try to keep it kind of in the same realm through a page. That's just me. You could definitely make this shape into a ninja if you wanted to, or a boot. But I try to keep kind of a running theme on the page, just to tie everything together. That's just me. I like things to kind of be organized and tidy when it comes to that. Not so much my desk, though. My desk is a disaster. I don't like it, but it's the way it is. Okay, so just like before, just start cleaning this up. This looks like a little area. Maybe this is a tail or something. I don't know. We'll find out. So initially, like, I always want to make things like this into a big nose, like, ooh, but because I always want to do that, and because I've done so many things where it's just a giant nose, I try to resist that. So instead, let's make this into some sort of hair. You know, I still really don't know what I'm going to do with his body, but let's just do something strange. I don't want to just do a face. That's boring to me, and it's probably boring to you. What the heck is this? That's the question. I think I'm going to start over on this and change it to something else. I just don't want to do just like a guy's face or Maybe this will be just a big snout. Yeah, so we have some weird bird creature. You know, is it a bird? I don't know. Let's give him a couple eyes just to make him weird. Let's give him one really big, like almost sad looking eye. And then let's give him one mean eye. Maybe one is like a faux eye. You know, maybe yeah, let's do that maybe. So maybe this is like a fur instead of an eyeball. And you know, it's made to look cute, and he attracts people with his cuteness. But then really, this is his eyeball right here. It's kind of hidden. Yeah. He kills you with cuteness. Or kills you by cuteness? I don't know. The cuteness doesn't kill people, but the cuteness draws them in, and then he... Maybe we'll just, we'll give him like one little, like, snaggle tooth. Just to kind of show that something else. There's something else under there. Something's going on there. I don't know. It's weird. And then I'm gonna kind of change the shape just because you got that weird piece jutting out. I think we'll just maybe there's some feathers that stick up here. Yeah, some folded up wings. Just kind of change the, just break up this color. His wing a little bit. Just kind of bring some interest to it. And we'll do the same with the tail. This tail's sticking up. Maybe we'll do him like he's sitting underwater. I'm gonna clean up. Whoops! I'll clean up this shape out here a little bit. Okay. Give him a little bit more interest back here in on his back side. Maybe he has like a maybe his fur is like this and it Comes up here into like a smile. Again, never know if this would actually work. You start painting it, maybe this wouldn't work. But sometimes you just have to put the ideas down. Maybe it turns into something. Okay, so with this, let's leave a little gap there. We're going to show some underwater portions here. Like he's sitting on a little water. Maybe that could all be in silhouette, just to help show that it's underwater. But there we go. Now he's got some like wicked legs down here, like ready to grab you. And then maybe what we'll do, we'll do a little cheating here. Photoshop cheat. Just gonna go around and lasso this in real quick, because I want this to be in silhouette, just so it looks like it's underwater a little more. So what we'll do is we won't fill it. We will actually color into it, but that'll at least save us from having to like go in and protect all those edges and keep the edges. A little time saver. There you go. So now it matches. Now it still matches the rest of my drawing. It doesn't look like just a filled shape. We'll do it over here too. I'm just doing this in pieces, by the way. Can't tell. Okay, I'm gonna fill that in. I also try to change up the strokes, kind of still keep the strokes going basically the way I would go if I didn't have it lassoed, just so it's not all like a perfectly masked set of brush strokes. Yeah, there you go. And then let's just add we'll add some bubbles, just tell the story a little more that he's underwater. You know, if you wanted to push this, you know, even further, you could probably put something in his claws. Or, you know, something would be cool is have this be a decoy and have like, you know, like anglerfish have the little like light down there, that you could make like this duck be the light. Like that's drawing in people. Like, they draw them into the cuteness, and then there's like giant claws that come up and get you from underneath. There's a lot of direction you could go with that, and this is how shape exercises kind of go. Like, it sparks ideas. It helps me to be a little more motivated and like excited about progressing with something. You know, it's just you know, inspires me. It gets me going. All right, I'm gonna throw a little bit of color on this guy, this tentacle guy, just because. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set him to multiply, maybe. Yeah, that looks fine. The thing I was worried about is sometimes that will make the line work go really dark. Let's just make him like, let's make him pretty standard, like a orangey pink. Okay, I'm just gonna go with like a. Where was that brush that I had earlier? That would be smart. Is this it? Nope. That one's kind of cool, but that's really like furry. That one's paintery. Oh, it's this one. All right, let's just paint with this one. No, I don't. Well, yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna go with it. I'll have to clean up a little more than I would normally do, but so I'm gonna kind of let's just fade this down. I'm gonna kind of ignore the edges. I'll go in with an eraser and clean those up. I definitely want the orange to kind of come down into the tentacles on the side. Okay. And then we'll just give it a little bit of touches here and there on that side. Okay. So yes, in a sketchbook, I don't have this luxury. But I also just use my markers and, you know, I know how they work. I know how they function, so I can control the brush strokes a little more with markers. And granted, I could definitely go in and like be precise with any number of brushes. Like the brush I used, I could have gone in and been a little more careful, but it's a sketch. Who cares? That's not what this is about or for. Okay, and then let's make it really like pinkish, light pink belly. Yeah, want a little more warmth in there. Even that, too much. I guess I don't want pink very much at all. Yeah, let's keep it. Let's keep it in that same orange red family. Oh. It's funny. It's kind of the same color as the paper. It's a little different, so I'll go ahead and paint it in. But the good thing is the paper kind of hides it in there, so I don't have to do too much. But then I want to choose like a. Let's go with like a warmer. My son is supposed to be taking a nap, and he is not. He's in there talking. Yeah. I think that brush is. Its time's run out. I just want something more standard. I'm just gonna do this. We're gonna go even a little lighter. I don't want that. I don't need it that dark. There we go. Maybe a little more orangey. Okay. I'm just gonna give a little bit of dimension to these. Nothing too much. I'm going through this real quick. Definitely go a little bit heavier on that value. Whoa, that was weird. Like connected dots from the last like 4 strokes I made. One thing you could also do is set this to like a multiply brush. Definitely you could do that. I think, well, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to color this mouth in It's gonna get a little softer brush so it's not such a like a drastic cutoff there or transition. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go in and put a little more care into these teeth. Not too much, you can see, but try to at least stay in line somewhat. And what I probably should have done is put a little more into the gums. But I can do that real quick without too much fuss. Okay. Let's add some. Whoa, that's way too dark. There we go. I guess I didn't grab that color the first time. It's weird. Okay, just real quick, adding in some like shadows to here. This is kind of a mess, but you kind of have to just ask yourself how much is too much. How far do you really want to take this? I kind of want to go in and I kind of want to keep going on this. So I'm going to go a little bit further and then just call it a day, I think. Okay, let's give him some different eyes, though. Let's give him like some... Grab a soft brush. Let's come in here. Sure. We're going to go back to this brush. Just kind of give it a nice... So you know what I'm going to do? Because I would normally have this as like a white gel pen, I'm just going to set it pretty small, and that way it goes over top of my line. Over top of the line here. Really, really not being very meticulous here. There we go. Sometimes, I mean, you can really easily go overboard with the white. I see a lot of sketches out there that, like, just looking through like Instagram and Twitter. A lot of times when people discover a white gel pen, they really go overboard with it. You know, and I'm guilty of that too on occasion. So just be careful. You know, you kind of have to just ask yourself if it truly makes sense. If it really makes sense for that white to be there. just, I don't know, secondary kind of a bounce light here. See if it works. Might not. Yeah, okay. We're just going to call it a day. I think. Let's just hit a little bit of white right here on these teeth. Just that makes me happy. Okay, so that's how I do my shape exercises, and then from here, get my pencil tool, and I could come in here and make another shape, and then make another shape, or 3 more shapes or whatever. You know, it's up to you. It's your sketchbook, but that's how I do sketchbook pages when I just don't know what to draw. And 2 things came out of this. 2 ideas kind of sparked from this that I wouldn't have thought of if I was just sitting there like staring at the screen or staring at my sketchbook. So you know, go out and try it. Go out and try some shape exercises. You know, I try these with caricatures as well. Like I create different shaped heads, and just try different variations of head shapes, and that has really improved my caricaturing ability, just because understanding how far I can push different things. But shape exercises, they're a lot of fun. Go try them. Go try them. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys are out there sketching, and I hope you're having a good week. Yeah. See you later. Bye.